Hello guys, it is right now, as of this moment, we're near 7:50 p.m. Soon we'll be doing our TGM History Seminarium. In a bit we'll do daily, then President's Message, then this Seminarium. Then I think we're gonna do, if I'm correct, ski jumping, and then we'll end. No, then will be the mass and we'll end on 10 p.m. We'll end on 10 p.m. basically. Honestly, I don't want to do it today, but I just need to do it today. Cause it's only once in a year and simply maybe I feel a bit bad, but it's necessary for that to happen. Well, I don't even see that guy right now. In fact, 51% of frames are right now lost. Hi, Daisy. I don't know what's happening to this thing right now. But I don't even see anyone at this point. Never mind, guys. I think he is just ignoring me. Also, if he was supposed to join and like he will just receive invitation. No, dude. No. Why are you sending me friend request? You might be Siabi's worker. Like, who are you, bro? Fritek Plopo. Guys, you think I'm stupid? You think I'm stupid, guys? Look, guys. If I'm correct, guys, it's just a worker. It's just one of those workers, right? Exactly. Like, also, I'm tired. Like, I have a headache right now. I just don't want anyone infuriated. Nah, guys, honestly, I'll tell you one thing. That if Eddie was supposed to... Listen, y'all. Eddie is just ignoring me. That guy... And that guy might be... Well, guys, I think at this point... Bro, what do you... Okay, hi. Let's get in. Well... Why did it make me jump out? Honestly, right now, because my head hurts. Hello everyone, it's 27 December and right now we're doing main daily. So today obviously we do this seminarium preceded by President's message on 8:05 p.m. and this is basically about this anniversary. And on 8:20 p.m. we do this TGM History Seminarium. Then we do ski jumping on 9:50 p.m. Then on 8:50 p.m. we do ski jumping. Then on 9:15 p.m. we do mass for softening of our hearts. What happened? Ah, he was waiting for the signal. Okay. And tomorrow we are gonna do 34th Congress of AUS. That's all for our news. Now in a bit we'll be going to Lenovo Party or Petertown for President's Message, then to Lenovo Party for our TGM History Seminarium. All right. Dear people and citizens of the great Multarland. So as you know, guys, today is an anniversary of CIB drama. And this time there's no point making unlisted streams. There's no point using term Mr. S because those times are already over. Time of fear is already over. We've already faced the worst. We've already faced removal of Discord account. We've already faced overtaking of DGM server and us having to make a new one. We've already faced the worst. Nothing worse can happen right now. Like, guys, what will happen worse? What do you guys imagine will happen worse? Nothing, my friends, nothing. All the things that were about to happen have happened. And there will be no more bad actions happening here. My friends, today another person has came back because that person was only in the old server, the November Kingdom Union server, and now she came back. She came basically to DGM, so that means she came back to us, which is nice, my friends. And I think everybody on the server, on the NKU, knows exactly why owner's account, the legitimate owner's account, got removed. We know very well why that happened. We know very well why all those things have happened. Why all that happened. I, in fact, wrote a message on 1st October. And I'll say very clearly what I wrote. People from DGM and people from Union of Robloxia, I invite you for a party on 12th or 13th October, 5:30 p.m. Central European Summer Time Zone, on occasion of 5 years of my YouTube channel. There will be photo booths, sports party, and more. Also, my friends, in case Siabi will do any party, we'll go to his game and confront him. DGM and Union of Robloxia deserves to know the truth on events of 27 December 2021, 27th January, 7th February 2022, 8th May 2022, 13th May 2022, 27th January, 5th July 2023, 6th July 2023, and 11th September 2023. We deserve to know the truth on why he made Club Studio a couple of days ago. We deserve to know the truth on why Kim played his game with him if they're not friends anymore, at least on paper. We'll celebrate this great day of mine on 12th or 13th October, or maybe we'll even do a crusade to confront the club guy, because I'm aware that it might be another condo game. In fact, he did play a condo game called Club Central throughout January, February 2022, and it's a condo game because it got content deleted on June 2023. So guys, please join me on this great day and maybe also crusade if necessary. I can say that there is a chance for there to be a lottery in which winner gets 200 Robux. Brothers of Union of Robloxia, unite. And my friends, this basically was the message that I wrote. And that guy basically also that guy wants to ban Instagram. Dude. That guy, like, many of those things are just like very shitty. Like paying the people who do not have a father. This is communism. Paying people is communism. People should take care of themselves. Also banning League of Legends, TikTok, and Instagram. Do you think it's gonna help? Do you think it's gonna help? Nope. It's not gonna help. I'll make alcohol prices to be 500 svenska kroner to make sure my citizens avoid DUI. Like, how's it like so? Putin will be banned from entering my country due to so many human rights violations he did to his citizens. None of that happened. None of that happened. Not interested in your fantasies. Neither am I. Neither am I. Neither am I. I'm not interested in that. Neutral. Well, I guess I'll be neutral. Well said, brother. Well said. Nobody has to care about it. You do not have to force it. And I mean, I know you like for people to hear it, but like some of it, all right, okay. But why does that guy? First of all, why does he want to adopt svenska kroner as his currency? That's the first thing. Like he says, I'll pay 30,000 svenska kroner to those who take care of an individual with health issues. Guys, this is communism. This is communism. I don't accept any of this communist bullshit. For me, this whole communism or whatever it is, this is all bullshit. Welfare is bullshit. People should pay low taxes and they shouldn't be given anything. They should work for the money that they get. They should work. Fuck all that welfare bullshit. People shouldn't be forced to put their money on for example, the NHS. Health care should be privatized. Retirement should be privatized. Many of things should simply be privatized. Some of things just simply shouldn't be nationalized. Like healthcare. We know very well why. And you think, guys, that what? That's gonna be bad? That you'll have to pay dollars for an ambulance? Guys, if we won't have to pay taxes for the healthcare services, if we won't have to pay taxes to the national services, if we'll only have to pay the 2% unitary tax for the police, etc., it will be all better. I shit on that communist bullshit. And whilst I'm neither a capitalist, neither a communist, but what I know is that this welfare cannot continue. And that paying others is just bad. And in fact, he had interrupted my speech. Like, some of it is good, but some of it is just bad. Like, also, Russian Dream Party will be deported to Russia. Putin will be banned from entering my country due to so many human rights violations he did to his citizens. Guys, if y'all watch Euronews or CNN, that's what it causes. That you simply believe all that bullshit they say about Putin and that they say about Dream Party. Like, I'll support Putin regardless of what he did. I'll continue supporting Putin. Like, many of those things are okay, but many of those things are also not bad. I mean, also are bad. Like giving money for free. I don't believe in any communist bullshit. I believe that money that people work hard for shouldn't be stolen to people who do not work whatsoever. And I know that they are mentally ill, but guys, mentally ill can't work for money. I shit on welfare. I shit on free money. I shit on giving people money. I shit on that. There's such thing as private charity, and private charity organizations can give money, but don't expect for it to be governmental. That the government gives money, because we know very well that this money that government gives for welfare is not from their pockets. It's from pockets of citizens who work like very hard just for their money to end up on some mentally ill person. If if the money is supposed to go, then not directly to the person, but to private charities. Private charities deserve our money from taxes. In fact, we there is a possibility to give 1% of your tax in Poland to non-governmental organizations. But guys, this shouldn't then ma- many people are doing that, but don't expect them to give taxes to such organizations as the NHS, etc. I shit on this communist bullshit. Simple. I don't want any of this communist doo doo caca in my country. I want people to I want people's money not to be stolen. I want my people's money to be safe, and not that it ends up on parasites. Not that parasites receive this money. Enough. Enough of communism in our country. Enough. Now I'll just do our history seminarium. Why did it not teleport? Oh, it's teleporting, okay. Then guys, for real, like some of it is okay. Like so let's actually say, I'd abolish corporal abuse and make it clear for what's allowed to parents and what's not. Well, I'm neutral about this, as I think that parental education should be left free for parents. I think government shouldn't tell their parents what to do. And guys, I like, if slapping or abuse helps kids to become better people, then okay, I allow it. But if it turns out that this abuse, that beating up kids in fact doesn't do anything positive, then it's just simply bad. But guys, for every kid, there are separate education methods, and I think government should not interfere into that. I won't make any American enter my country's borders, only very few of them, with some insane exceptions. Well, I'd say it is not a problem about nationality. I'd say it's a problem directly about humans themselves. I care about my country's citizens' mental health, especially to those who have autism. And again, government shouldn't interfere into that. I believe in a minimal interference. I believe in a minimal country with as less interference as possible. I'll, I will abolish mandatory military service completely. Well, guys, in case of a war, in case of like, in case it is really justified, people just must go and fight. Simply. Our responsibility is to defend motherland. Of course, not to defend Ukraine, okay, but to defend motherland. If we're in like a war of Poland versus Ukraine, may we join. But like if it's a fight versus Poland versus Russia, then no. I'll ban hate speech to neurodivergent folks. And how about the mentally ill people? Will they have the ban to hate speech? Well, I assume based on this, no. So I don't agree with this. I believe free speech should be absolute. I'll not let any Islamists cross our border. Even Qatar doesn't accept illegals. I agree. I'll let women to join military if they wanted to. Well, I believe like their main role theoretically is in the kitchen, theoretically. But if it was necessary, then maybe I'd allow it. I'll give these children the second chance on second semester to pass their final test. Agree. Although I think government should also not interfere into that, but personally I agree. What else? I'll not make death penalty legal. I don't agree with this. Pedophiles deserve death penalty without any regrets. And in fact, very cruel death penalty they deserve. Not just a death penalty, but also shaming, castration, and other shit. On Independence Day, on for one of Nordic country, I'll tell my citizens to hang 100 Swedish flags or 100 Danish flags or 100 Nordic. I also think that government shouldn't interfere into that. Flags or 100 Icelandic flags or 100 Finnish flags at a Liberty Square, but they don't have to if they don't want to. Again, I think the government shouldn't interfere into that. I'll pay the people who don't have a father 1,000 svenska kronor a year. I disagree with this. Government should not give money for free. This is literal communism, and we don't want communism in our country. Communism does not work. I'll not make it legal for teachers to beat children at schools. Well, I guess I agree because here beating is not an educative method. I'll ban League of Legends, TikTok, and Instagram. I don't agree. Government shouldn't interfere into that. I think if people are addicted, then it's their problem. I think that like about TikTok, I agree that it should be banned because it's a toxic app and there's no help about it. But Instagram may have good stuff like like Instagram is a paradise for nationalists like us. So I believe it's good. And it's like a paradise. It's basically for free speech, just like X, owned by Elon Musk, is also a platform of freedom of speech. I'll make alcohol prices to be 500 svenska kronor to make sure my citizens avoid DUI. Sorry. Well, again, I don't agree with this. Alcohol is for people, and whilst I believe that over-accession is bad, I believe simply the government should not interfere into such situations. What else there is? I'll reduce down inflation. Well, that depends because it's not going to happen instantly. We have to introduce economic reforms, actual reforms, and only then, once we reform, the economy can be done. Before taking away a child from the parents, insane investigation needs to be launched. If we find more than 3 alcohol bottles in the house, we'll take the child away and place the child into a new home. parents aren't allowed to be alcoholic. Well, I believe government shouldn't interfere into that, like finding more three. So I guess I don't agree with this, because like alcohol bottles can be for guests and stuff. I'll make it legal for an eighth grader to drop out school. Well, that depends, honestly. Like, it should be simply thought about. There's going to be 10 classes only in the country. Well, I believe the education systems should be privatized. Like, education shouldn't be government's job. Like, government's job is to, like, defend the nation's interests and not to provide education. Putin will be banned from entering my country due to so many human rights violations he did to his citizens. I disagree. Government, we should all be isolationists and not basically interfere into what he is doing. And in my opinion, that's all fake news about what is said about him. Russian Dream Party will be deported to Russia. I again don't agree with this. There are so many parties with Jewish influences or Ukrainian influences or American influences, and nobody gives a flipping damn about it, so I think this also shouldn't be a part of it. Like, I think government should simply not interfere into that. I'll make it mandatory to ban LGBT from schools, so I agree with this, no doubt. I'll make it mandatory to enforce all the 10 commandments of Christ in all classes of school. Also, I agree with that, and I'll pay 30,000 svenska kronor to those who take care of individual health issues. I don't agree with this because this is just communism. And I condemn this in the economical sphere. And I believe this is simply impossible, that simply it shouldn't be there in the first place. That whilst of course we should protect the market from foreign products, but at the same time we shouldn't rob people, we shouldn't give them too high taxes. Well, nobody's online right now. Like, I just simply don't agree with giving people money. What happened to this drama? Bro, I'm sure it ended already. Or did it got canceled? I don't know. Well, I guess I just have to start this thing right now. Alright. Let's just begin it. If once that guy just loads in. But I'm sure nobody just cares about it in the first place. But everybody will be forced to watch this stream. Anyway. Look, I'll force that guy to just watch the stream. Also, who is forced to go to sleep on 9 p.m., especially during Christmas break? Don't be silly, y'all. Don't be silly. Don't be silly. I'm forced to go to sleep on like 10 p.m. right now, but on 9 p.m. only during normal days. But I'm sure he is having his Christmas break. All right, guys, we'll begin once I eat. Then we'll begin the history seminarium. God. So, at least one person has came. Right now. Okay. So, I guess, I think honestly, I'll begin the speech now. And Matt keeps playing Hoi 4. Like, seriously. Mm. Nah, I invited basically all those people that were online, and that's it. Basically, that's it. And basically, that's it. It is just those three people right now. Like, yes, once again. In fact, one of the people have been a witness, but I guess maybe then at least we got the witness, so I have at least some sort of proof, right, for the words I'm going to say right now. Okay, guys, then we're just gonna begin, guys. Would anybody get mad next time here? Because I know they can be there. And they haven't heard of the story. So, guys, for real. Just come there, stop playing Hearts of Iron 4 and come. And if not, you'll just simply have to watch the stream. Either now or tomorrow. Okay, guys. I'd like to introduce myself. So I'm President Peter, President basically of the Great Militarum, although I think people already know that, but I'm saying this not because I'm doing this in the TGM History Seminarium. I'm doing this basically in, let's see what that is called, Historical Education Department number 1 with Patronite of Karam. This basically department has a Patronite of Karam, and by Patronite I mean that basically this historical education department has a Patronite of Karam. Basically, that Karam is patron of this thing. Like, basically, like a patron is like something that we name after, like in honor, I guess. Well, we were supposed to be in Kingdomus, like we would usually do, or at least we plan to do. But since basically this year we are trying to get 2,000 visits, we have decided to do it here. Especially with the fact that we have this statue. I'll show it to you real quick. And this statue is right here. The statue is basically here. And although there are, of course, statues in Kingdomus, but they are related to 6th of April events, and right now we're discussing about 27th December events. But of course, to understand what we're talking about, we'll have to go, of course, through what happened on 6th of April, and in fact also 7th of April. So guys, that is 3rd anniversary of Siabi drama. And you guys see here on those texts 2021, 2024. That was supposed to be the text. History education or whatever. And right now I'll say how it started. So I think we all know that we've all been a friend of Siabi throughout December 2020 to 2021. And in fact, we know for that until this 27th December, everything was more or less fine. And I mean 27th December 2021. However, we know, my friends, that it began to slowly worsen. And soon after, me, Eddie, will take a speech on what he knows. But if I'm correct, he doesn't know much, but well, for sure he has been there longer than me. He was there since like at least August 2020 or even longer. So I know that he could say a bit more about this case and maybe add something to what I've said. So guys, like Siabi, my friends, at the beginning, we could say was sort of a normal person, but my friends' things began to worsen. Although I don't know if my friends, he basically his behavior just worsened, or did the message just unrevealed? We don't know that exactly, but I can say what exactly happened. So first were, of course, the experiments. Like, you can see more in the unlisted stream that you guys can receive a link to. And basically in that stream I've explained that this experiment was, for example, ending of the party. That guys like have enough of snowballs, etc. Yeah, you go guys to Zigzag Zilanovo and stuff like that. Like basically this collective responsibility, my friends. This collective responsibility. That basically everyone will face consequences for their behavior. But my friends, with more things I'm gonna say, probably they're gonna be a lot worse, going further and further all the way, and probably once we end up on 2023, it's gonna be the most disgusting thing. So now, since I talked a bit about those experiments, although maybe Eddie can say more about these experiments, but like that's the only experiment I remember right now. But there were a lot more experiments. That was basically the Siabi's retirement. And basically, on the day of his retirement, everything like basically began to worsen. Like there were new regulations which we didn't like. And it was change of the rules, like basically that people could get permanently banned, for example. And I was basically like scared, like we were all scared, like we didn't like it because we knew that we would, for example, get permanently banned, right? And so like we all stood up against these regulations, and then basically it was he basically done this retirement, and then my friends, basically I've also done the news. Like everything was going alright until 5th of April, where he said for the news to be private because he said it was misinformation. But my friends, it was not misinformation because he's somewhat retired, right? And also, even if it is misinformation, do we really like if like guys? It was not misinformation. It was not intended misinformation, guys. Whilst I know that many people might interpret it as truth, then still, guys, this is not defamation. This was just an innocent news piece, right? Then basically the next day there was a protest against him wanting to come back because he wanted to come back. And we knew very well that if he came back, basically there would be those those regulations about the rules would simply come back, my friends. And so we protested against it, and also against him disliking Renko and Canute for no reason. No, listen. Look, I'll come there to Cheese Kingdom and do the seminarium there. Because it cannot be like so that those stuff are more important, right? It can't be like so. It cannot be like so. Because I'm saying this, my friends. Did I give permission to leave? Exactly. No. If I do not give permission to leave, you shall not leave. There will be punishments for this. Although it is day, although he is not there for that long, but guys, I might give warning one because I cannot allow this. That people just leave during, in fact, at the beginning. Oh, alright, it's in server. But look, okay, if you're watching stream, then alright. Then it's okay. Then you don't have to be there, you can just watch stream. Okay. Because I thought. Continuing. What else it is there? Well, basically, like, we didn't like it, and so, guys, we did this protest. And it was basically called a theater. And then we've decided to do a talk between Renko and Siabi about this. And basically, that ended in a heated ending. A heated ending, my friends. Like, he tried to confront him, but like basically nothing went from that. It was just that Peter is like that I didn't know that Peter's a bad person and other stuff like that. And also he said when I wanted to kill myself, he just said then go die. Go die. Like, my friends, I would have understood if you, for example, said don't do it, It's a sin. That you're not allowed to do it because it's a sin. Or whatever that is. Or whatever like that. But guys, to like convince someone to die is just wrong. Like if someone has suicidal thoughts, then we should help that person. And not just tell him to go die. Especially to a back then 13-year-old. And these are my friend's standards of this. These are my friend's standards. Well, of course, I don't have this footage. Renko does. Renko did, or at least he did have the video. But right now, I don't have contact with him. So I can't show the video right now. And I wanted him to give me this video, but right now it's too late. Especially with the fact that I accidentally blocked him on Discord, so I guess he got offended at me. And he thought that, that I blocked him because I don't know. I guess that's why it's invisible. It's anchored, but it's just black. Alright. The text is visible. Well, never mind. Well, then we've basically decided that, that was the unban of Siap. He was banned for like 4 hours. We've decided that we can just share this whole thing. Then basically the Autonomic Peter Kingdom stopped being the official server. But of course there had to be some sort of censorship. To Autonomic Peter Kingdom, like there was a letter, guys, in fact. And they told us to delete all content that may lead negatively to break good name of their brand. That was breaking good meaning of that term, of that company. But my friends, we know very well that it's not violation of meaning of good name. It's not violation of meaning of good name if we are pointing out stuff. If we are saying that some things are wrong. If we're saying that, for example, telling someone to just go die is just wrong. It's just wrong. My friends. Well, then there was nothing. But of course, that guy had to violate his own rules. And what was it exactly? He basically violated someone's privacy and revealed his private information. And I have this text somewhere. Where is it? There was somewhere this whole thing. Yep, I have it right now. Yep, it's good morning. I express my apologies for yesterday's event. At the same time, I broke one rule that my rules for the server I run say asking for or writing inappropriate or private information is disallowed. Because of this offense, I apologize again and assure you that I will suffer the consequences. As of May 13 at 12 p.m., I will resign from the role of the server owner, and the information could be intercepted, will not be processed anymore, and users will only use the nickname assigned by themselves. I resign from being the owner of all platforms related to the deleted channel. Officially insert apology at 12 o'clock on all channels available to me. Of course, I understand that during the experiment, people might not have allowed their sensitive information to be published for other people. The community group will therefore receive a new person who will supervise and prevent violations of the regulations. For the moment, we apologize for the situation. In this case of decisions, there is a possibility of appeal for a period of 7 days. Exactly. So, not only so he basically resigned only for a few days. That was the first thing. The second thing was that he said that there's a possibility to appeal on a period of 7 days. Guys, in such cases, there's dismissal and period. Indefinitive dismissal, not a dismissal that can be appealed, right? That it can be just appealed. No, guys. There is a dismissal and that's it. An indefinitive dismissal and period. Then, my friends, there was nothing wrong happened. But it began to worsen. Once again, it began on 20th December. Like, that guy said to Emma that apparently I have a problem with that guy. When I didn't know what problem was happening. And he didn't say it. But most likely it was due to this private conversation that I did with Kim. And if I'm correct, I did this private conversation like near, like, if I'm correct, I did it on like 17th December, I think, but I don't know, to be fair. And I did it like near evening, so maybe it was about that. But I don't know, but nonetheless, like, basically he did not explain to me. And also, there was also one situation where I stood too close to him and he already threatened with ban. Meanwhile, there was already a person that basically had swore they used curse words, etc., and in general was pathological. But that guy decided not to do anything. He just decided to warn that guy. And I got threatened with ban. Apparently, my actions are a lot worse. Apparently, I'm the worst enemy. Although, I barely did anything wrong, my friends. But now let's get into that thing. At last, there was in fact the announcement. Exactly 3 years ago and 26 minutes ago. 3 years and 26 minutes ago, to be exact. So what did I say back then? Here we go. We have to find it. Dear people, what happened today on Pizza Place? I count as start of aggression towards me and my friends and end of Siabi Peter friendship. Those who prefer Siabi can quit right now and say rude words towards me. So it all started when I was writing monologue about Siabi's mental health, which was obviously ruined. Then when I entered Party Island, I started hearing angry Siabi. He started saying that it wasn't an opinion and that he has proof. I wrote what I wanted as an opinion, and that's it. When he said I'm going, he said you're alone. Well, Siabi wanted good, but did bad. Unfortunately, as I said, this is the end of our friendship and the end of our relations with Siabi. If that does not convince you, then go to Siabi and insult me, dear people. If you have proof Siabi did anything bad, talk to me. And as I said, if you think I'm a cringy 14-year-old who is an idiot and thinks he can defeat Siabi, go to him. Words are final. This is no longer a server related to Siabi, but now nothing. Siabi Hangout died and Siabi lost. I'll contact you for more information. Thank you, Peter. P.S. I don't do this to get your sympathy and friendship. I do this to inform you on what happened. In fact, that guy admitted that he had basically had surveillance that we were all under surveillance of him. Yep, it says educational seminarium. Like basically he was just spying on us on alt accounts. He was spying on alt accounts, and sometimes like it was not even alt accounts, but normal accounts often. Like you guys have probably seen his last video on the Club Studio YouTube channel. And this video is basically about like alt party, right? Well, theoretically we could say that's alt party, right? But it's not. It's basically a footage of him basically, we could say, like spying on me, right? Like video of him theoretically being AFK, but in reality recording what was happening. So I guess maybe he wasn't AFK, maybe he was pretending to be AFK many times. Yet, he was basically like not being AFK, but basically spying. Guys, many of us could have been spied. Many of our messages could have been seen during his AFK status. Many messages could have been seen despite him theoretically being AFK. Every message could have been seen. Every message could have been used against us. My friends, I don't need surveillance to remain friends with people. Am I right, guys? But I think I'm right. I don't need surveillance. I never use surveillance. And I don't need surveillance. Then what started? So in fact for a month everything was clear. But then like basically Emma got betrayed by Xiaobi and Kim. Basically then they started to say like that Peter manipulates, that Peter controls friends. But I told to people very clearly that if they want to go to Xiaobi, they can go to Xiaobi. But it's not my problem that majority of the server have remained. Those who went have went. But these were mostly the people who were not on the server. So it was somewhat victory for us. Basically during February, like I received information on threats and manipulation attempts. So I basically did active destabilization. Then there was provocation on 15th April. And by the way, I'm talking about 2022 now. Basically, there was a provocation about him knowing everything. Like he in fact admitted that he knows everything and that he intends to know everything. Like that, all those mocking my name, embarrassing. But nobody's mocking his name. Nobody. We never did this for fun. We're not doing this for fun. We're not playing games with him, and we never play games with him. All this was seriousness. And maybe he can think that these are games, right? But these are not games. Then there was 8th May discussion. And what can I say on this? Like in fact here he wanted to call my parents for writing Garvelin from small letter, for writing his small, for the city from small letter. And he wanted to basically, for there to be surveillance. My friends, I'm very well behaved in a Christian manner. I've been behaved under 10 commandments. Have been raised under those 10 commandments. And I know all those 10 commandments. And I don't need to tell them loud what these commandments are. I've been raised in Christianity. I've been raised under a Catholic. I've been raised as a Catholic. As a Catholic. I've went through Holy Communion. I've been baptized. I've been properly taught. And just because, my friends, I've never received spanking, that doesn't mean that I'm unbehaved. That I never got physically punished, that means that I'm unbehaved. No. No, my friends. I can behave. I don't need spanking. And maybe that guy would want my mom or my dad to spank me. But I'll never get spanked. Cause it's cause they never even thought of spanking me. They know very well that like child abuse is just wrong. My dad has never been spanked and my mom has never been spanked. Well, sorry, my mom has been spanked once. But that was once. But that was once, like just once. And just because we are raised not to, just because we're raised without beating, that doesn't mean that we're unbehaved. Come on. And then basically was 13th May. Like there were many stuff happening. In fact, like for example, like when Kim went to basement, she said like bye bye, I'm going, and I said bye, and I said, oh, you're going to the basement. I didn't know that. I thought you were going. And then that guy said, well, you've crossed the line or something. That you wanted her to leave. No, I just thought that she went, so I said bye. But then I corrected myself because she went to the basement. She didn't leave the game, she just went to the basement. And just because that guy thinks that, like, that I wanted her to leave, like, he can think like that, but that didn't happen. That just didn't happen. And that's it. And that was basically the last day for until we could say September, when he began to complain on why I had Christmas already in September in my house in work at a pizza place, and he said that I'll make videos, etc. Well, look, it's my business who I make videos about it. There's free speech. And in fact, like when it had shown some of photos of him or whatever, and it was like trailer of the best of the worst episode 2, he had like basically reported my video. Well, of course, the report didn't get accepted because there was nothing. But guys, like this was absurd that he simply reported it. In fact, I noticed like recently, like a year ago or so, when I had the similar report. But I'll get to that later. Um, so basically, then whenever he appeared, he complained that once again there's Siabi. Guys, I say about who I want and period. And nobody's gonna change anything about it. Nobody's going to change anything. Alright, so now the great stuff are about to come. The great stuff. So now, January to July 2023, spying. So as we know, guys, our server was spied by Pizza Girl, who later turned out to be Kim. But what we know, basically, like there was just nothing wrong happening until basically, if I'm correct, there was like 2nd July. Like I've seen that my documentary on some platform got reported. So I asked the pizza girl. So I had my suspicion that it was someone after all. On 2nd July, I wrote to that guy to Pizza Girl. Who are you? And Pizza Girl wrote A after 2 days. So on 5th of July, I asked Marty if she talked with Pizza Girl, and she showed me photos. And Pizza Girl has basically urged Marty to give Pizza Girl information. Like Pizza Girl has urged Marty to give him or her information, right? And he also like asked, "Don't you know Super Siabi or whatever?" Yep. And then a day later, my basically account on Discord got removed because I was only 4 months underage. 4 months underage on Discord. And in fact, not under the general Discord regulations, but under Polish Discord regulations, which say that Discord is 16 plus. But guys, to remove my profile just because I was 4 months underage, come on, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And then we've done, of course, this protest, right? So then basically, like, when I saw him, basically, like, well, he saw the stream, and basically at some moment he had just shut down the server and closed the game. But we know very well that my friends, he's doing games all the time by banning and unbanning his account, by making his games public and private, public and private. We know very well that it does not work. About 11th September, I don't have like exact proof, so I guess I'll not speak about it because I don't have certainty of that being real. So now I will talk about the crusade that we did on 12th of October. So let's read the summary. So what was this sole summary? Sabi didn't answer our questions. And when he did actually answer, he did it in a mockery way. He pretended he stopped and that he doesn't care about what we've done, but then is angry on us that we destroyed his party. One person wanted to smash Matt's hands, clearly calling up for violence. Pizza Girl is one of Kim's accounts. She had followed me for a long time from more than 11 accounts on various social medias without giving a proper reason. She said that I started writing that people from Discord who were on group were in psychiatric asylum, at psychiatric hospital. Truth, I said that Siabi is mentally ill on 27th December 2021, and that he needs to come back to health. Because how is it healthy to threaten someone with a ban after standing too close to someone? Siabi said that because of me, people will start leaving. Truth, they did leave, but maybe because Siabi told them in private to leave, so that I have a feeling of guilt, which I won't even have in the first place. Also, he said that everyone will leave. It's Siabi's quote-unquote problem that he has such ethical code. Truth, everybody is obliged to follow the same ethical code regardless of feelings or beliefs. Siabi's thesis is just pure BS. Emma claimed to quote-unquote have confessed that I betrayed her. Truth, she doesn't have time for such drama queens and for writing such stuff. She wants to have a good career, and such quote-unquote confessions are a waste of time for her. I know that because I actually have asked Emma about it. Nobody had wished Siabi any wishes. Truth, his friends did. We as people who were betrayed weren't obliged to send him wishes. He, quote unquote, doesn't have any complaints against me. Truth, Quote unquote, you've destroyed my party. In general, the whole truth got revealed. Those people got no regret on what they were doing and that they in general spoke nonsense. They also said that I'm creating the problem, which is not true. Well, guys, that was in short summary. What else can I say? That guy betrayed you after 12 years. 12 years in one day. And hopefully, you'll find out. Hopefully, I won't betray you. Hopefully, I'll be loyal with you more than until 28th, 15th August 2028. I hope that I'll be loyal to you until at least 15th August 2028. And longer and longer and longer and longer. And we'll find out who is more loyal. Because that guy did betrayal after 12 years and one day. And I will not do this betrayal whatsoever. And hopefully on 15th August 2028, this will become reality. That was all from me. Now Eddie will say on what he basically thinks. was supposed to be here, a mass. Alright, guys, just stand at those places. Alright. So let's go. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. May Lord be with you, and with your spirit. I welcome on this alt church, the church that has been placed here in 2019. But here, at this circle, we can see the fighters for democracy and the big dragon that was in our flag. These are great symbols, especially for today, as today we do Mass for softening of our hearts, as we know very well that hearts were the reason for what happened 3 years ago. Before we get on to the Mass, we'd like to apologize to God for our wrongdoings from the last Mass to this Mass. Have mercy on us, O Lord, for we have sinned against you. And then I don't remember. But anyway, let's just get on to our thing. Let us pray. What happened 3 years ago was caused by our hard hearts. May our hearts not be hard, but may they be soft and open for another neighbor. May people not be in dramas, but may people be together, doing what is right and just. Amen. Now readings. For today's, if I'm correct, last Friday of the year. A reading from the letter of John. Beloved, what was from the beginning, what we have heard, what we have seen with our eyes, what we looked upon and touched with our hands, concerns the word of life. For the life was made visible, we have seen it to testify to it, and proclaim to you the eternal life. That was with the Father and was made visible to us. What we have seen and heard, and we proclaim now to you, so that you too may have fellowship with us. For our fellowship is with the Father and with His Son, Jesus Christ. We're writing this so that our joy may be complete. This was the word of Lord. May God be thanks. Now, from the Gospel according to John. On the first day of the week, Mary Magdalene ran and went to Simon Peter and to the other disciple when Jesus left and told them, "They have taken the Lord from the tomb, and we do not know where they put him." So Peter and the other disciple went out and came to the tomb. They both ran, but the other disciple ran faster than Peter and arrived at the tomb first. He bent down and saw the burial clothes there, but did not go in. When Simon Peter arrived after him, he went into the tomb and saw the burial clothes there, and the clothes that had covered his head, not with the burial clothes, but rolled up in a separate place. Then the other disciple also went in, the one who the one who had arrived at the tomb first, and he saw and believed. Well, guys, since I'll have to go at the end, I'll just make a speech, and I guess I'll do the homily right now, and after the homily, we'll just continue our mass on. We will continue our mass tomorrow or during Sunday's mass. So, my friends, today in the gospel we have heard about, so basically in our gospel we have heard about Jesus basically being out of his tomb, basically not being in the tomb. We may wonder, well, why is it said right now during Christmas? Because right now in Catholic Church we have period of Christmas until 2nd February. Why do we speak something that is said during the Easter period? Well, guys, this is also related to Christ. Christmas, right? Christmas, right? Makes sense. We're saying this. We're saying about this today because birth of Christ and resurrection of Christ correlates. They correlate basically with each other. And this is very important for all of us. And at the end of my gospel, at the end of this whole thing, at the end of the homily, I want to say one thing. I hope that today's event has changed your mindset about your neighbor, etc., etc. That it has improved you. Although there were only, if I'm correct, 3 people, because Cheese Kingdom Arts and Culture is also viewing. But I hope that it teached every one of you about everything. For now, I end and invite for tomorrow. I don't know if tomorrow there will be a continuation of Mass, but for sure there will be Mass on, if I'm correct, hold up, where is it? Let's see the program. For 8:10 p.m. So I won't do the blessing. The blessing will be done on the continuation because we don't end the Mass, we just pause it. Thank you, guys. It's been 10 p.m. right now. As of this moment, we end. Thank you very much and see you whenever. Good night. But this time on MNC1. and we'll return to this channel on 31st December. But maybe we'll also do a stream on 30th December in case we'll open, I guess, the New Year season. Good night, guys.